This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Comparing Floyd Mayweather to Canelo Alvarez is apples and oranges. Let me say it again. Comparing Floyd Mayweather to Canelo Alvarez is apples and oranges. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Reverse bias. People want to sit here and say, he knows the sport. He don't know shit about boxing. Oh, fucking. He knows the sport is a fucking. You got these, I don't know where the fuck these motherfuckers come from. Conor McGregor, reject looking motherfuckers. Oh, fucking. I thought I was listening to Conor McGregor. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I apply what? Unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes. This is the thing with boxing fans, right? Quote unquote boxing fans. What I call Rudy Poo and Plum Plum brains. Classic dose and troglodytes. Ultra fanboys with the fucking ultra fanboy rhetoric. When you don't agree with them, you don't know shit about boxing. Oh, fucking. I'm sorry. I'm wilding out with this one. You don't know shit about boxing. Oh, fucking. One more time, dog, for the number of confirmation. Number 3. You don't know shit about boxing. Oh, fucking. And be some characters, dog. This is why I love the roll of red carpet out and have motherfuckers come on and talk. Because you can hear the Rudy Poo and the Plum Plum brain talk coming from them. The ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric talk coming from them. You know ultra fanboys. Oh, fucking. The classic, though, and the classic and the troglodytisms coming out of them, dog. They don't agree with you, so you don't know shit about boxing. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Because I have a difference of opinion, because I dare to be different, because I think differently, I don't know shit about boxing. No, you don't know shit about boxing, because if everybody thought the same, this world would be fucking boring, man. Let me say it again. If everyone thought the same, the world would be fucking boring. This is the problem. People don't want you to be different. People want you to fall in line. They want you to be a company man, a yes man. We have plenty of that on YouTube, man. We have plenty of people that are company men. He knows his sport is not going to ever lose his integrity. Let me say it again. He knows his sport is never going to lose he knows his sport integrity just so that he could do a switcheroo and become something he is not. Because that's what people want. He knows his sport to become something he is not. I'm a cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller. So you're going to get applied unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes. People are gravitating to He Knows His Sport. He Knows His Sport has the worst bedbug haters and trolls. There's a reason for that, folks. It's because cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths hurt. So when you sit there and compare Floyd Mayweather, who falls in line with cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truths, and Apple, right? With Cinnamon Alvarez, a paid-to-lose steroid loser of the epic proportion, who the WBC has now found a way to legalize clenbuterol. But to compare those two fighters, come on, man. That's classic dodism and troglodytism. That's Rudy Poo and Plum Plum brainism. That's ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric isms. That's pandering narratives. He knows the sport doesn't have time to do that. And see, here's the thing. There's a fine line between trying to confuse pandering narratives and trying to think of He Knows His Sport in his cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, truth-telling fashion and trying to mix the two. It's like oil and water. These things don't mix, man. Let me say it again. It's like oil and water. They don't mix. There's a fine line between them. I could see the confusion that ultra fanboys and ultra fanboy rhetoric have about them, but they don't mix. They're oil and water, folks. That's what Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez is. Oil and fucking water. How can they be compared to one another? If Canelo Alvarez is Floyd Mayweather reincarnated, or the new Floyd Mayweather, he would be undefeated. Let me say it again. If Canelo Alvarez was the new reincarnation of Floyd Mayweather, or the new Floyd Mayweather, he would be undefeated. He would have been the guy to dethrone Floyd Mayweather the way that Floyd Mayweather dethroned Oscar De La Hoya. You would have saw the changing of the guard. But we didn't see that. What we saw was Floyd Mayweather box his fucking ears off to a boxing clinic, 120 to 107. That's why the split decision is nonsensical. Floyd Mayweather gave the blueprint, which still is in effect and exists till to this day. And Floyd Mayweather was the only fighter to make Cinnamon Alvarez look extremely ordinary in the boxing ring. in the square circle. Extremely ordinary. Because that's what Floyd Mayweather does. An extraordinary fighter making fighters look extremely ordinary. Let me say it again. An extraordinary fighter making fighters look what? Extremely ordinary. That's what he did with Manny Pacquiao. That's what he did with Canelo Alvarez. This is why they can't stand Floyd Mayweather, and they always have something to say against him. But Floyd Mayweather always debunks the nonsense, because all you have to do is look at his greatness and see that, Manny Pacquiao is part of his undefeated record. Canelo Alvarez is part of his undefeated record. So go sit down somewhere and higgity what? Fucking hush. Let me say it again. Go sit down and higgity hush somewhere what? Higgity fucking hush, dog. It's really that simple. Don't compare apples to oranges. In doing that, you showcase your reverse bias. I told you guys, people that they quote unquote say is unbiased, if you listen to them long enough, you will catch the bias in their vernacular. You will catch the bias in their conversation. You just got to listen long enough, because everyone has an agenda. He knows the sport doesn't have an agenda. That's the thing. And when I say everyone, I'm talking about every one of these guys that pander a certain narrative. He knows the sport doesn't got time to pander narratives. He knows the sport doesn't have time to give you an agenda. He knows the sport gives you cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, truth-telling fashion. I'm a truth teller, man. The ultimate truth teller that is. So I can't help it. So where the truth is rendered, bedbug haters and trolls reside. Let me say it again. Where the truth renders, bedbug haters and trolls reside. Floyd Mayweather is hated, dog, because his fist told no lies. He's a truth teller with his fist. So he's always going to have bedbug haters and trolls that are going to reside where he's at. That's the truth of the fact of the matter. So comparing Canelo Alvarez to Floyd Mayweather just shows how ignorant and highly naive you are to give such an assessment. Because when we look at Floyd Mayweather and we look at Canelo Alvarez, it's night and day. That's apples and oranges, man. We clearly know who's the better boxer. There's no questioning that. All you got to do is watch their fight. Let me say it again. All you have to do is watch their fight. And that will let you know everything it needs to tell you. That's all I got to say. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.